Hey guys, this video we're going to be checking out the LDARC ET125, and LDARC used to be called KingKong if you guys didn't know that. This is their brushless whoop giant sized edition. If you know that I reviewed the ET100 a while back, and there's actually one size in between these two, the ET115 I believe. The 100 uses 1.9 inch props, I believe the 115 uses 2.3 inch props, and then the 125 here uses 2.8 inch props. Basically the stack on the inside here is going to be the same on both of these. They both have the micro camera with the video transmitter on the bottom, and that's the same one that's in all the KingKong series here. It's a 100 milliwatt, I believe it's only a 16 channel video transmitter, and you got a little button here for switching your bands and channels, and you got your antenna sticking out the top here. The same stack on all their other products as well. You got it's a Pico BLX based F3 flight controller with the MPU 6000 gyro, no Betaflight OSD, and you have a 4-in-1 BLHeli S ESC. That's a 10 amp ESC. However, because of the board, the flight controller that they're using on all these models, there's no D-shot capability to the ESCs because of the board that's being used. Basically, all of these models are using multi-shot only, so that is a bit of a drawback. That, and also the fact that you can't tune it using the Betaflight on-screen display is also another drawback. But otherwise, I thought this thing flew pretty nice. It's got more power than the original, or the first one they reviewed, the ET100. Of course, because it's got bigger motors, 1104 7500 kV motors, and 2.8 inch props, so definitely a lot more power on 2S. Now it might be possible to fly this on 3S, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. I believe the 4-in-1 EC is probably not going to be able to handle the current charge or the current discharge from the battery if you're running 3S, and this JST connector here is really not designed for that much output to these bigger motors and bigger props. I think if you went to smaller props, you might be able to do 3S, and if you switch this to an XT30, that might be possible, but I wouldn't recommend it. So while this did have bigger motors and bigger props, it does also weigh quite a bit more than the ET100. So it kind of flies pretty similar. You have more power to recover from acrobatic moves like flips and rolls, just because you're going from an 1103 to an 1104 motor. That does help, but you have extra weight here because you have a bigger frame. The carbon frame is bigger, and these prop guards are also bigger. Everything's bigger. The motors are heavier. So the way it feels in flight is that it feels like it has a lot of resistance to changes in pitch and roll control. So it's a little sluggish, even with PID tuning. So all the LDARC products come with the same set of PIDs for all their products. The PIDs that were on the ET100 stock were the same PIDs on here. It's running an older version of Betaflight. I think it's like 316. And I could show you the flight footage, but it wasn't that good, so I won't even bother showing you that flight footage because the gains are just too low. So I upped the gains on this guy here to, I think, around 40, 44, 45 on the P, and 25, 30 on the D, and that helped stabilize the flight. It didn't feel as loose in flight. When the gains are too low, it just feels like you don't have precise control of the drone. It just feels like it kind of is moving around on its own. And with higher gains, it just felt a little more locked in. Now, it's not a perfect tune, and I don't think everyone's going to feel like it's a really good tune, but I'll put my PIDs up anyway if you want to use them. I just don't feel like my tune will be good for everybody, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, other than changing the P and D gains a little bit, I didn't change anything else. I didn't flash any new firmware or anything like that, so I thought after I did that, it flew fairly well, and you'll see that in the flight demo. Really not a whole lot more to talk about this. I think that they're moving away from this sort of setup here with the Pico BLX board and the multi-shot setup. They're going to be coming out with models in the future with the Betaflight OSD, and probably at least D-Shot 600, if not BLHeli 32 coming out in future models. So this is a little bit outdated, although it only came out maybe a couple months ago. But if you're looking for some kind of a simple outdoor proximity flyer, this might not be a bad choice to get. It has more power than the 100, but it's also, you're going to be a little bit constrained on space in terms of what you can fly through, because it is a bit bigger than the 100. So I definitely wouldn't recommend flying this indoors. Like the 100, you might be able to fly this indoors, but this one, you need a much bigger space or bigger gaps to fly the 125. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll show you the flight demo. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.